Good evening, class. My name is Ed Guadalupe, and today I will be discussing market segmentation for my Marketing 311 vlog. Market segmentation is discussed in Chapter 7 of the textbook Principles of Marketing, the 17th edition. Does anybody want to take a guess at which company I chose? I think it speaks for itself. The company I chose to talk about in regards to market segmentation is Nike. I chose Nike because it's a brand that I have worn and a brand that I have remained loyal to for over 30 years. It's actually the only brand that has remained somewhat in my life for over 30 years. Usually brands, you kind of, you buy them over 5, 10 years. They fade in and out. You're not into them anymore. You grow out of them. Nike, for some reason, has been a staple in my closet since I was a child. My parents, when I was a child, at one point or another, bought Nike sneakers for me. When I was old enough to purchase the sneakers or attire or equipment is when I realized that it's a brand that I stood by and a brand that I can identify with the most. Certain pairs of sneakers I might have bought for comfort, and then there's certain sneakers that I've worn just for simple style. As you can see in the background, I have a framed poster that someone actually gifted me. But the significance of this poster is that it has a variety of different sneakers, not just Nike sneakers, but a majority of the sneakers on this poster are made by Nike. And they're different styles that date back to the 1970s actually, late 60s, but early 70s. And we'll talk more about the Nike product that I have on this table as we get towards the end of the vlog. But I just wanted to show you the different styles and colors that they have as they've evolved and changed throughout the years. Nike was founded in 1968. At one point, it was known as Blue Ribbon Sports. But in 1971, Blue Ribbon Sports changed its name to Nike, which in turn means victory. Nike headquarters is in Beavertown, Oregon. Nike is engaged in development, designing, and global marketing of apparel, accessories, footwear, equipment, and services relating to sporting activities. So at one point, Nike was just a sneaker company, but now they make apparel, whether it's dry fit, undergarments, socks, sporting equipment. I mean, if you look at the National Football League alone, Nike designs the football jerseys that are currently worn in the NFL. Nike, I believe, designs certain basketball jerseys. So it's more now than just a sneaker company. They actually design applications or apps that tie in with Apple to actually monitor and track your progress as you run. Somewhat like the Fitbit, but it's more of the Nike Run app where you can mark your steps and actually compete with other people who enjoy running. Nike has become one of the most recognizable symbols of sports and fitness in the world. Nike focuses on individual product categories. Examples of these individual product categories would be running, football, basketball, soccer, just to name a few. But let's begin with market segmentation. Market segmentation is dividing a market into distinct groups of buyers who have different needs, characteristics, or behaviors, and who might require separate marketing strategies or mixes. Basically, marketing segmentation is just breaking large markets into segments or smaller, different markets. So not everyone who plays basketball will wear basketball sneakers. Not everyone who runs wears running sneakers. There are people who go and have office jobs from the city I'm from, as you can see, New York, who sometimes wear these comfortable running sneakers just to walk to the train to feel comfortable before they put on, maybe preferably the ladies, put on high heels. Uh, there's times I'm not a basketball player, but when I do decide to head to the basketball courts, high top basketball Nike sneakers is what I choose to protect myself and prevent injury. So you can see the different markets, and there's different target markets, but some of us all have similar traits that we share. Is why we also purchase this Nike product. Nike segmentation has been classified according to apparels, athletic footwear, and sports equipment. Nike understands market segmentation. Each different group is supplied with diverse packages that are reshaped in accordance with the diversity of the target group. Market segments must be accessible, measurable, substantial, and viable. Market segmentation has made Nike more effective in meeting the exact needs of a specific target market. Nike focuses on different groups in the target market, like I said earlier, who display similar traits. Nike has a very broad market. I like to consider Nike to target everyone. In my opinion, Nike believes that if you have a body, you're an athlete. Market segmentation in Nike identifies with different segments. We're going to break down the different segments now. First, we have geographical segmentation, which reflects on the regions and countries of operation. For example, football, which is a big sport in the United States, you will see on Sunday on your television many marketing and ad campaigns geared towards football, using some of the most famous football players that play the sport who have played the sport. But if we were to travel cross country to, let's say, Europe or South America, we might not see those ads or campaigns for football. But what you will see is soccer commercials with popular soccer players in these advertisements. Others examples, if you head, let's say, to New York City, you might see someone in the street wearing Jordan or the Jumpman sneaker. Head over to the West Coast, certain areas, and you might find guys wearing Nike skateboard shoes. But once again, if we were to head to another country, example Spain, you might see them wearing a soccer shoe, maybe sponsored or maybe promoted by Cristiano Ronaldo, a famous soccer player who used to play for Real Madrid. Now we're going to go into demographic segmentation. Demographic segmentation in Nike is based on occupation, age, generation, and gender. Nike caters to everyone, all races, all athletes, all genders, all income ranges, all levels of education, and all ethnicities. Anyone can wear Nike product. Nike addresses this segment by deploying marketing campaigns about young adults striving to be like their athlete idols. Next, psychographic segmentation focuses on interests, lifestyles, and values. Psychographic segmentation targets individuals who enjoy playing sports or talking about sports. Playing or talking about sports shapes personalities and lifestyles. Questions, everyday questions Nike may ask. Do you play basketball every day? Do you run on a regular basis? Do you love the style of the sneaker? Do you just want comfort because you're on your feet all day? These are questions that are probably in these marketing campaigns that are geared for you to, in turn, buy these products. Next, behavioral segmentation. Me, myself, this is where I feel I fall into this category. Behavioral segmentation focuses on brand loyalty, which is what I tend to have to Nike, like I said earlier, because I've been such a consumer of Nike for over 30 years. The intended use of the products, services, and the beneficiary of these products and services must provide consumers with quality products and product differentiation consumers can identify with. Someone like myself who appreciates the style of the sneaker. A couple of sneakers here, I cannot lie to you. I love the way they look, but they're not the most comfortable sneaker. Okay? I tend to purchase older sneakers. Sneakers that remind me of an era I grew up in. I come from New York City. I come from a fast-paced city. That fashion was very important in my city. And what we did was every year that kids started school, everyone had the latest and greatest Nikes, whatever came out. I'm loyal to the brand. This loyal Nike consumer would like to thank you all for tuning into my vlog. If you take a look behind me, you can see that there are many different styles of Nikes that have come out. You can see how the styles have changed and also how sneakers have even been re-released or have been designed in combination with other styles. I'll give you a couple examples. Here we have the Huarache. We have a female Huarache and we have the male Huarache. If you refer to this poster, which might be a little difficult for you to see, but I'm going to point to this Huarache right here, and it actually states the date that the Huarache came out. This style Huarache, which you can see right here, these two, came out in 1991. I purchased this sneaker in 2012. So it shows you how Nike continues to stay relevant with the styles and continues to just push their product out. No matter what year it came out, they're constantly making remixes, different colors. This sneaker, again, 1991, this is just a female version, which I think is a great sneaker. I actually bought it for my wife. Maybe she bought it, but I'll take credit for it. But anyway, this is actually the same Huarache that came out in 1991, but what they did was they changed the color. They went to a target audience, segmented, a market, and just catered towards the female. The next sneaker I'm going to show you is a female Nike Air Max. This Air Max came out in 1987. Different style, it's red. They've actually come out later with that same version sneaker, kind of like a reunion sneaker or a birthday party for the sneaker, and they re-released it. But during that period of time, they've been able to produce different combinations of the sneaker. As you can see, the female version of the same sneaker that was produced in 1987, they have a female version of it now, which, same style, just different colors, and catered towards the marketing segment of the female. Now, we'll get to two of my favorites. Well, there's three of my favorites, but some of the sneakers that I like that is actually probably behavioral segmentation, but they're not that comfortable. But I do love them, and I do like the style. These two sneakers are the Jordan 4s. These two Jordans, well, not these two in particular, this Jordan style came out in 1989. There were only two different styles of that Jordan. The style was black with a little bit of red and white, and then there was this style, the white with a little bit of black and red. I purchased these Jordans, this one in 2014, which is the gray, which is a color they never had. And this style I purchased in 2015, actually as a birthday present to myself. Now, it just shows you again how these Jordans, they targeted a market. They said, hey, these Jordans were popular in 89. So what they do now is they don't sell them in stores. What you have to do is you have to either get online and fill out an application, not an application, fill out just pretty much like a lottery pick. You fill your name out and hopefully a place calls you. You can order them online, but there is a limited supply and they don't come out. For example, if these sneakers were to come out today, you might not see this same color sneaker for another 2, 3, 4, maybe more amount of years. It might come out in another year, the same number 4 Jordan sneaker, but it might not be the same color. You might have the gray, which comes out. So you see Nikes constantly. And a lot of the youth that are buying these sneakers, which are Jordans, today, have never even really seen Michael Jordan play. A lot of these young kids who follow these sneaker brands, they've only seen Michael Jordan play through YouTube videos. But that's how popular this sneaker is. Okay? One of my favorites. Can't wear it with everything. But this is the Nike 11 Jordan. This 11 Jordan came out in 1995. There were only 2 styles. If you can see, there's the white and the black, and then there was all black, red, with a little bit of red, patent leather. I bought these sneakers in 2017 online, and they've never made red before. But now, once again, Nike targeting, whether it's psychographic or behavioral or geographic, they're targeting audiences that they realize, hey, what if we make these Nikes in red? What if we make them in all blue? What if we make them in blue and red? And that's how they continue these cycles. Again, this Nike sneaker may not come out for another 3 to 5 years. But the 11 will come out from time to time in different colors. The last sneaker I want to show you is this one. Classic. I mean, even if you're not a Nike fan, if you were born somewhere after 1972, you've seen this sneaker. This is the Nike Cortez. This sneaker came out, according to the poster, came out in 1972. I purchased these sneakers in 2006. Once again, Nike targeting markets, knowing that this was a good-looking sneaker and that there's people who will recognize that this is a popular brand and would love to wear a classic look. That's why I bought it, for the classic look. So Nike knows what they're doing, guys. So I want to thank you all for coming and, listening to my vlog. I'm sure a lot of you are Nike fans and purchase Nikes, whether it's sneakers, attire. But again, it's one of the very few brands that I have purchased and maintained loyalty for over 30 years. Thank you all for coming. Have a good evening.